Do they usually eat them right away? Or?
Yeah, it's just probably got his claws on his mouth.
This is a bearded dragon at the San Bernardino Natural History Museum. So it just refuses to eat this giant Madagascar hissing cockroach, which is kind of the staple cockroach you see in movies and whatnot. It's a very slow moving cockroach that hisses and doesn't really do anything else. So it's a very easy target, easy meal for this bearded dragon. I guess it's not hungry right now. So it's just kind of looking around outside. Maybe it's jaded or bored. I don't want to anthropomorphize, but that's kind of the theme for this entire video. So I don't really get what it's doing here. It's just kind of almost gagging and just looking around. Some lizards taste the air, but this isn't your standard flick of the air like a snake or a garden variety lizard to detect scents in the air and what direction they're coming from. As you can see, they have no problem climbing trees and other objects. So this one is kind of just staying still for the time being. I don't really know what's going on through its mind, but now it's decided to climb again. Pogona is a genus of reptiles containing 7 species, which are often known by the common name bearded dragons. So the term bearded dragon is most commonly used to describe the central bearded dragon, which is Pogona vitticeps. So I think that's what this is. It seems to match all the photos I'm looking at online. The museum didn't have this labeled. Bearded dragons live in the arid, rocky, semi-desert regions and dry open woodlands of Australia. As you can see, they're great climbers, and they spend a lot of time on branches and bushes and near human habitation. They like to bask on rocks and exposed branches in the mornings and afternoons, like most other lizards. So on the cage there, you just saw a bearded dragon, but there's no species name. But this is definitely Pogona vitticeps, based on what I've seen. So here's a closer look at the bearded dragon. Like most large lizards, it's kind of, tentative, purposeful in its movements, and kind of gazes at you, but not directly most of the time. So in this close-up, you can see its scales and horns in all their beauty. It's quite a beautiful creature. I don't know how hard those scales and spines are. I wanted to just assume, based on texture and appearance, that these so-called horns are very effective in deterring predators, and here you can see what look like thin yet very hard razor-sharp claws. So you definitely don't want to grab this bearded dragon in the wrong spots and startle it, because you'll get eviscerated. But the truth is, these are actually just spiny scales arranged in rows and clusters. Most of them are found on the throat, but you can see the nasty appearance of them. They kind of look like sort of demon spikes or horns in a video game. So much like the blue tongue of the blue-tongued skink in this very same museum that I made a video of earlier, this is probably more for show than utility, although I'm sure that these are a lot more effective than just a blue tongue, because most animals have a concept of what spikes are and thorns are. The spiny scales are used to scare off predators, but they're not actually very sharp. Bearded dragons have a head bobbing act to show dominance, and they can change colors during rivalry challenges between males, and in response to temperature changes and other stimuli, such as turning black to absorb heat. They can grow to about 30 centimeters to 46 centimeters long. Central bearded dragons, or Pogona vitticeps, are commonly kept as pets. They're very popular among children because they're very calm and friendly, and it's easy to care for them. So their diet consists of leafy greens, vegetables, and non-citrus fruits, supplemented regularly with insects. And finally, here's some footage of this bearded dragon trying to escape its cage. So it didn't want to eat the Madagascar hissing cockroach, and now it's just kind of running against the cage. The bearded dragon was doing this for several minutes, and I don't show all of that here, but it just kept repeating this over and over.
What's that? That's awesome.
It's a bearded dragon. It's trying to get out of the cage.
Or probably it's just falling. See?
Sometimes it's just fun to watch larger animals breathe. I mean, you wouldn't be able to see this on a smaller lizard, but you can see the rib cage expanding and contracting every few seconds with this bearded dragon.